Okay, before we will start crocheting, I want to stop for a moment and talk about the diagrams. Diagrams, for some reason, are not loved by a lot of students and by a lot of people who is trying to crochet. And honestly, I don't know why. I had a lot of questions. Sometimes people will bring me magazine or Japanese book where there's no word in English, but a lot of diagrams and everything in Japanese language. So they need to understand how to read this. And also Russian magazines like Dupliet and Journal Mode also have a lot of diagrams, and no one understands the language. So here's one of the examples of a diagram for the flower Irish rose we're going to make. So this flower is made in the center. It starts from the center. So here it is. This is the center. You will have to chain 5 stitches. So after you chain 5, you'll have to connect this with a slip stitch. Those dots, these black dots on the diagrams, every time you see them, that means a slip stitch. So chain 5 and you'll make slip stitch. That means you close the ring, close the chain in a ring. And then right after the dot, that means you're going to begin a new round. And this round begins, most rounds will go up and go again around, then again up and again around. So you have to find and identify those spots. So as you already identified this right here, the slip stitch, you know that your next round will begin here. And it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain of 6 stitches. This first part of a chain, 3 stitches, will play a role of double crochet. Here double crochet stitches right in here everywhere. And this will be another double crochet stitch in a form of a chain. It's needed for the height. This is basically the height of the round. And then you just crochet double crochet stitches into the ring and making chains of 3. And again you came to the end. You made the last 3 stitches, and here's a next dot. This is your slip stitch for the next row. After you made this slip stitch into the 3rd chain right in here in this arch, the 3rd chain, then by this diagram right over here you see this oval like shape. This is a chain. They made chain here. You can make chain or you can make half double crochet, because the rest of the petals begins with half double crochet. The first right here is begins with chain. You can do it the same way as in a diagram, or do this petals as the rest of them. It does not matter. And then let's look again. So when you begin your new crochet petals, this will be your double crochet stitches. Here they are. They all look like letter T with crossed line. Then after you finish, this is half double crochet. Right over here you have this weird sign, and sometimes people don't understand what this means. Right in here. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't need this yet. By the way, you don't need this yet. This will be a little bit later. So you'll make half double crochet, and then you begin again, next petal, half double crochet, 4 double crochet stitches right into next arch, again half double crochet, and continue in a circle. Continue until you finish. When you come to this last petal right in here, they again making chain and slip stitch in the last arch, and then the arrow shows you the next row. You begin from over here. So you begin next row of petals. You will have to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. And this is when this weird sign came about. Right here, this little cross like this is a single crochet stitch. And then down we have this dotted line with an arrow. That means that each of those chains that you will crochet, this chain, then this chain, and chains above, will be connected right in here between petals of the previous round. They don't show here in this diagram that actually you will have to connect, not right in the center. You can, but it does not look quite right. You will have to connect this behind the round to the top of the double crochet stitch. And how we will do this, I'm going to show it to you in work, in process. So we already established that we will make chain and connect the chain between two petals of the previous round behind the work, and we will attach it to the top of the double crochet stitch. And then you continue again, another chain 5, and connect single crochet stitch again, this is single crochet, to the top of the double crochet stitch but behind the work, and you continue this round the same way. Then you will come to the end of this round. Here the same thing. Again, you finish the last stitch. You had chain in a diagram and slip stitch into the last arch, right in the end of it. This is not quite the best diagram. I really don't like it, and when I will crochet, I will not do this chain. I don't think this chain is necessary here. I will have double crochet instead, and then we will of course make slip stitch. So after slip stitch, you again have an arrow that shows you what you will do next. You will again crochet chains. This time you will have chain of 7 stitches, and also you will connect this between petals of the next row or previous row, again with single crochet stitch right in between two petals and on the back. And how to do this part, this right here, I'm going to show you. So diagram is not as complicated as it's look at first. It is very easy to understand. All symbols are the same as in all American magazines, and exactly the same. So for this project, I will recommend you to take DMC thread number 8. I took color 712. It doesn't really matter what color you will choose. And crochet hook 0.75 millimeters. And we will follow the diagram and the written instructions that comes together with this video lesson. So for this flower, you have to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after that, we will connect this chain in a ring. Connect two ends. So with a slip stitch, connect the ring with a slip stitch. One more thing that is not shown in a diagram. So after you made the ring, I'll put my hook inside the ring and hold it with my middle finger this place where I just connected the chain. Then pick up this short tail and wrap around behind the ring and connect right behind. Make sure that the ring and this ring, the new ring that you made out of short tail, is the same diameter, that it will be just behind the ring that made from chain. And now you can pick it up and hold with your fingers of the left hand that ring, and we can start the crocheting of the flower. Why I put this short tail behind one time? You can even wrap around 2 or 3 times. This means that you will not have to worry about this piece and we don't have to weave it in. We just hide it already and crochet around it. The next step, right now I can take my hook out from the ring and we're ready to crochet. The next first round, crochet chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and make double crochet stitch into the ring. Double crochet stitch. After that, we will make chain 3, double crochet into the ring, and make this chain 3 double crochet 5 times. Again, 1, 2, 3, double crochet into the ring. 1, 2, 3, double crochet into the ring. 1, 2, 3, double crochet into the ring. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 double crochet stitches, and the last we make 1, 2, 3, chain 3, and by the diagram connect this with a slip stitch to this first chain we made right in here. We have 6 stitches here, so count from the ring, 3rd stitch, 1, 2, 3, and in that 3rd stitch connect the last chain with a slip stitch. Now we can turn back to the back of our work and cut this thread. What I normally do, I wrap around 3 times this thread, that way I can freely cut that piece. Okay, so what we have the small part of the flower and those small arches right here. We will crochet around those arches the next round. So first round, this is those arches with double crochet stitches. The next round is going to be petals. And this is how I make petals. So by the diagram, I'll show you one more time. By the diagram, here we are right now. I connected a chain of 3 stitches to this chain. And now by the diagram, they told me that I have to make chain 1. This chain will play the role of a half double crochet stitch. When you look at the next petal, they begin crochet petal with half double crochet, 4 double crochet stitches, and they finish with half double crochet, and each petal is like that. For some unknown reason they decided here to have chain. I honestly don't like this, so I do not make this one. I'm making here half double crochet, and in your diagram, if you have, you can even change it to half double crochet stitch. Okay, so the first petal, half double crochet into the arch, so we'll crochet first petal into the first arch, half double crochet, 4 double crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and half double crochet into the petal. So the first petal is done. The same we will do all petals around the same way. Half double crochet into the next arch, half double crochet, then 4 double crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and half double crochet. Two petals ready, and the same way crochet to the very end of your round. So crochet in this way all around this area, and you can stop the video right now and continue crocheting your petals, and we will meet again, continue when you will come to the last petal. This is when you can start your video again. Okay, of course I am faster than you. I already prepared everything here. So here we have the last petal to make. Half double crochet, 4 double crochet stitches, and last stitch half double crochet, and something that I have to show you, but what I will do, I will take a little bit different flower here that I made, and it's bigger, much bigger. It would be nice if you'll find the hook I was crocheting this with, but I lost it. Okay, I will take this hook. Okay, so here we are. We just made the last stitch in here is half double crochet. Well, I don't have half double crochet. Let me make it quickly. So the last petal is done, almost done, and the next you will have to put a slip stitch. A slip stitch right in here, in this area where the chain ended, right in here. Right into the chain. The next also is not shown in the diagram. This is what I do. This is how I like to do this. Remember when we made chains, and the last chain we attached to the first chain of 6 stitches. Here this chain, we connected the last chain to the third stitch right in here. Here the stitch, 1, 2, 3, third stitch. Our first round was connected here. You can see connection. Now we will connect or begin the next row, connecting or making single crochet stitch to the same place but behind. So if you will turn your flower, you could find this area very easily. This is it. This is the chain and this is this connected place. So what I want you to do in your even small flower, first I'm showing it to you right in here. You can connect with single crochet stitch. You can come from the front if you need to, and like this go into the back, pull it through and make single crochet right in here. This is not shown on diagram and no one make it this way. I was one day crocheting and I realized that I would like my next round begin right behind those two petals, because by the diagram you begin your new round right in here from this tip. What I do by making this single crochet on the back, I basically move my work on the back, and you will see why. I will show it to you again later. So here's my last petal in my small flower, and I will connect. I will make slip stitch into the chain, kind of like finishing the round with slip stitch always. And now I'm going on the back and finding my third stitch from the back. If you cannot see it from the back, you can always come from back and to the front. It's very difficult to do with the smaller thread and difficult to show, but I will go and I'll turn this around like this, and I will insert my hook right in here from the back into that third stitch. Here it is. I inserted my hook into the third stitch but on the back. So I basically moved my work, and I make single crochet stitch, and I lost my single crochet stitch. Let me try again. Okay, so now I moved my work on the back. I need this and I will show you why. So the next round, again a round of arches, and this time a flower in diameter has to be bigger, so we had chains 3, now we chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and connect this chain to the back, on the back, to this double crochet on the top. And this is when I am going to come back and pick up my big flower to explain what I do and why and how. So let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our chain, and we're going to connect in this area. When you look at this flower, it's easier to see in a big flower like that made out of thick thread. Here's the first petal and the second, and this is the last half double crochet and the next half double crochet. If you move those half double crochet stitches, you could see where the double crochet, the top of the double crochet, right? So we need to connect this chain of 5 stitches to this double crochet stitch but on the back. So if you move it, you could see where that stitch is, right in here. This is where you have to connect this chain. So you connect on the back. So you're basically coming here. You can connect, sometimes people connect by inserting the hook right behind, and it will be like this here, right behind, and make it this way. But this pattern is telling us to connect to the top, right to the on the top of double crochet stitch. So this is where I insert my hook under both loops of the double crochet stitch and connect the chain with single crochet stitch. This is also called back post. You crochet it on the back. So now let's come back to the first place, to the beginning of this new round. Remember when I told you to make single crochet stitch right after you made slip stitch, or after you finished your first petal, you made slip stitch, and then I told you to make single crochet stitch on the back into the third stitch over there. Here's the third stitch here. Why I did this? Because all the arches we will connect on the back of the flower, between each two petals, into the top of double crochet stitch in the back. You fold it and you find double crochet stitch, and this is where you connect your chain. So it does make sense to move the very first stitch right behind your work. This is why I did this, and it's not on diagram. Nobody actually crochet this way. Okay, so here's our first chain, and we go into the back. What I do, I always take those petals and I move toward me and look for the spot where I can connect. It's very easy to feel it, but if you cannot see it, you can even move the petals a little bit to see the stitch where it is. So on the back, single crochet stitch, again chain 5, chain 5, and again coming to the back of the flower and between two petals. When I fold them, you cannot really see it, but when you stretch them, here it is, here that little hole. So from behind, right in here, on the top of double crochet, make single crochet stitch. So you connect your arches. The arches will be on the back, as you see, right? You connect them behind. Again, chain 5, and connect to the back. By the way, this is a good time to talk about the very first lesson we were having. Remember, I was talking about that you have to learn how to make chain. That is very important in Irish crochet. The chain will be tight and all stitches will be exactly the same. So crochet them tight, and you want all your arches be the same, exactly the same length. So okay, next chain 5 and connect to the between two petals on the back. So continue this way until you come back, come to the area where you will have the last arch to make. Well, actually, I will have to continue with you. One, two, three, four, 5. And you can stop the video, you don't have to watch me doing this. I already showed you everything you need to know. And turn on the video when we will make new petals. And I'm making the last chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and connect this chain also on the back where your single crochet stitch was made, right in the back, but this time connect with a slip stitch. So that single crochet stitch you made there, connect to it with slip stitch. Here it is. So now you have your arches on the back of the flower. Here they are. So we will crochet petals. The next petals are bigger, and again each petal begins with half double crochet, and this time we will make 6 double crochet. So first half double crochet and then 6 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 double crochet stitches and finishing each petal with half double crochet. We're done. And here's our petal. Again, and to make it easier for you, of course, behind you cannot see behind those petals, so what I do, I just fold them toward me, holding them to see the arch where I have to crochet, and crochet next petal. So again, half double crochet and then 6 double crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last stitch for the petal, half double crochet. And continue this way until you come to the place right in here with the last petal. So here I have the last petal. Half double crochet, 6 double crochet stitches. And close the round with a slip stitch right where your first arch begin, right in there, slip stitch like this. So here we have almost flower almost done. So after that, after your second layer of petals are ready, we can make a third layer of petals, and for that we need to make arches again. This time arches will be 9 stitches long. 1, oh I'm sorry, not 9, 7. We had 3, 5, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again connect this to the between 2 petals on the back, right in here. You will see that place right in the back with a single crochet stitch. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and connect between two petals on the back. With a single crochet stitch. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and connect between two petals on the back. And you can see that spot where I will connect right in here. This is the spot where I point my hook, but behind. So you can go behind, you can see this hook coming out, but instead of coming toward you, move it back, connecting to that area. This is how you can do it also. And connect your chain between petals but behind, and continue this way. Again, your arches will be behind the second layer. Here they are. Continue till you will come to the very last arch, and connect your last arch also between two petals. Here I am. I connected it between two petals on the back where the first petal started. And we're ready to crochet the third layer of petals. So of course, again, those petals are chain was longer, we need more stitches. So first stitch, as before, as always, half double crochet, and then 8 double crochet stitches into the arch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last stitch into the same arch, half double crochet. And the same way you crochet the rest of the petals into each arch. Again, move the petals that on the way toward you, fold them, and crochet next petal, half double crochet, and then 8 double crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and half double crochet right in the end, at the end. So crochet this way all your petals into each arch, and we will finish this flower in a moment. So remember, half double crochet, 8 double crochet stitches, half double crochet, and here my flower. I need to make the last petal. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably I'm going too fast, but I'm not teaching you how to crochet double crochet stitch, so you know how to do this, right? And the last stitch have double crochet. And into right at the end where the petals come together, make the last stitch is a slip stitch. Finish it with a slip stitch, and you can cut thread. This is when you're done. You pull this thread off. Here's your flower is finished. Here it is. And you can, of course, take the thread and weave in. The way I weave in this kind of, in this flower, I will show you. You need, again, long piece. Don't cut your thread short, because it can unravel very easily. So when you're done, here's this flower coming from. I'm moving to in those connected stitches where I was connecting each arch. I'm going toward the center. You can go toward the center or to the first layer of petals. I'm going all the way here. And then I insert my needle right under this area where the double crochet stitches are, and I weave in right in there. Again, I move to the next petal, right into the base, and again, and again, and again, and again, and do this 3 to 4 times. The thread I use, for example, is silky, even it's cotton, but it's so have the silk feelings, and it's very easy, can come out. So I recommend to weave in 3 to 4 rounds. And so this is how your rows look like. This rows in diameter will be a little bit bigger than 1 inch. You can, so here we used crochet thread 8, DMC thread number 8, and here I have few more flowers, the same rows but changed a little bit. This one is made with the same pattern, only the center I made for the center botany, and in the next video I'm going to show you how I did this one, because I don't have double crochet stitches in this one. And this flower, as you see, smaller. This flower is smaller simply because I made this with a different thread, DMC thread number 12, cotton petal number 12, and crochet hook I used for this flower was 0.6 millimeters. So this is why the same pattern, but flower will be much smaller. Then with the same thread number 12 and the same number of hooks, 0.6, I made bigger flower. This flower has 5 layers of petals. Here they are. And the last 2 layers I made, of course, longer chain, endless longer chain, and add 2 more double crochet stitches. So we had chains 3, 5, 7, add 2 more, 9, and add 2 more, 11. And here double crochet stitches are different amount, 4, then 6, then 8, then 10, and then 12. And each petal begin with half double crochet and finished with half double crochet. So it's just a little bit different variation for you of the rose, of Irish rose. You can make botany like this, a button that is closed without the hole in the middle.